The internet is an absolute meltdown as one of the wildest, most unexpected rumors of the year explodes across social media. Whispers that Donald Trump and Sean Diddy Combs are somehow caught up in a secretive love scandal. Yes, you heard that right. Two of the most controversial figures in their own worlds, one a former president, the other a hip-hop mogul, have suddenly found themselves at the center of a whirlwind rumor that nobody saw coming. It began with a blurry photo, allegedly snapped late at night in a luxury hotel lobby, where a man resembling Trump and another resembling Diddy were seen leaving within minutes of each other. Was it coincidence? A secret meeting? Or the spark behind something far more dramatic? Fans are shocked, critics are gleeful, and the gossip industry is running at full speed, pumping out stories that range from alleged coded messages in Diddy's lyrics to Trump's suspicious silence. Hashtags like Shach, Trump and Diddy, Love Scandal, and Rumor Storm have taken over Twitter and TikTok, with edits, memes, and conspiracy threads multiplying by the hour. Whether it's truth, smear, or pure fantasy doesn't matter anymore. The world is watching, and the drama is only getting started. It all started with a single blurry photo that nobody could even confirm was real. Late at night, in the lobby of a luxury Manhattan hotel, a figure that looked suspiciously like Donald Trump was spotted leaving through a side exit. Minutes later, another figure, tall, stylish, and dressed in all black, was seen slipping out the same way. That second man, many swore, was none other than Sean Diddy Combs. The two men were never caught in the same frame, but that didn't stop the internet from stitching together the narrative of a clandestine meeting. Within hours, the picture hit Twitter, and by morning the rumor had already transformed into a scandal. The speculation caught fire because it was so unexpected, so bizarre, that it seemed almost too wild to be made up. Trump, a man whose name was synonymous with political battles and scandal, paired with Diddy, an icon of music, fashion, and controversy. How could the worlds of politics and hip-hop collide in such an intimate and secretive way? TikTok creators wasted no time producing dramatic edits of Trump's speeches cut with Diddy's music videos, captions flashing across the screen like, "The power couple no one saw coming." Fans were shocked, critics laughed, and neutral observers admitted they couldn't look away. What fueled the flames even more was the silence. Normally, Trump would take to social media in all caps to deny, insult, and dismiss any rumor against him. But this time he said nothing, not a word. That silence became louder than any denial, with conspiracy threads suggesting he had no way to respond without exposing more. Meanwhile, Diddy, known for his cryptic social media presence, posted a late-night Instagram story of a glowing city skyline with the caption, "The truth always comes out." To his fans, it was just another motivational line. To the internet, it was confirmation. Memes flooded every platform. One viral image photoshopped Trump and Diddy together on a red carpet, holding hands, with the caption, "Love wins." Another mocked it as a crossover nobody asked for, when politics meets hip-hop and reality TV writes itself. On Twitter, hashtags like Trump and Diddy and Love Scandal trended globally, with millions debating whether this was the craziest smear campaign of all time or a shocking confession hiding in plain sight. Behind the scenes, whispers suggested that Trump's inner circle was in chaos. According to insiders, Melania refused to comment, dismissing questions with her trademark icy stare. Ivanka reportedly urged her father to ignore the noise, but Don Jr. exploded online, firing off angry tweets accusing the radical left of fabricating the entire story. His rage only made things worse, with critics mocking his desperation. Eric, as always, bungled his response. He allegedly told a friend, "Well, if they did meet, maybe it was just business." That clueless remark was leaked and instantly turned into memes captioned, "Eric accidentally confirms the scandal." Diddy's world wasn't quiet either. Friends close to him allegedly laughed off the rumors, but others claimed they'd seen him acting different in recent weeks. More private, more guarded, more careful with his appearances. Some even claimed the mogul had been in talks with powerful figures about undisclosed matters, a line vague enough to fuel endless conspiracy theories. Fan accounts began dissecting his lyrics, searching for hidden codes that might hint at secret relationships or forbidden rendezvous. One lyric in particular, from an old track, went viral. Power loves company, and company keeps secrets. It was suddenly reinterpreted as a clue, even though the song had been written decades earlier. The frenzy only grew when alleged text screenshots appeared on gossip sites. Supposedly between two unnamed celebrities, the text hinted at Trump being wild in private and Diddy having the receipts. Though impossible to verify, the screenshots spread like wildfire, spliced into TikToks with dramatic sound effects, narrated in hushed tones by creators eager to cash in on the trending scandal. The phrase, "Diddy has the receipts," became a viral meme slapped onto everything from t-shirts to parody edits. By the end of the first week, the rumor wasn't just a rumor anymore. It had become a cultural event. Late-night comedians couldn't resist, joking that Trump and Diddy might drop the hottest mixtape of the year, Scandal 2025. Talk shows debated whether the story was a hit job, a distraction, or a glimpse into a bizarre alternate reality. Protesters even showed up outside Trump Tower, some waving rainbow flags and chanting, "Love is love even for Donald," while others shouted angrily, "Stop the lies." The clash of chants was caught on video, replayed across news networks, reinforcing the idea that this story had cut deep into the public imagination. And through it all, Trump remained silent. That silence became the scandal's beating heart. Was it pride? Was it fear? Or was it strategy? Every hour he refused to respond, the rumor grew larger, feeding off the attention like wildfire on dry brush. Diddy, on the other hand, seemed to revel in the ambiguity. His cryptic posts, his smirks at paparazzi questions, his silence when confronted on red carpets, all of it fed the narrative that maybe, just maybe, there was something more to the story. The world was hooked. Politics, music, scandal, and love. Four forces collided into one irresistible storm. The internet wasn't asking whether the story was true anymore. They were demanding the next twist. And in the world of Trump and Diddy, there were always more twists coming. The moment the whispers reached the Trump family itself, the drama shifted from gossip to an all-out war of emotions, loyalties, and public perception. Inside Mar-a-Lago, insiders described a scene straight out of a soap opera. Melania, stone-faced, and visibly enraged, reportedly refused to sit in the same room as Trump for days. "Do you realize how ridiculous this makes me look?" she was rumored to have told him during a heated exchange. Her icy silence in public only made the speculation worse. When she appeared at a charity luncheon wearing a black dress with oversized sunglasses, she refused to take questions, walking past reporters as if they didn't exist. That single clip became iconic, with social media dubbing her the First Lady of Betrayal, her refusal to speak fueling more fire than any words. Could Ivanka, ever the image-conscious daughter, allegedly begged her father to put out a statement to crush the rumor before it spiraled further? But Trump's response, insiders claimed, was pure defiance. "If I say nothing, it dies. If I say something, it lives forever." His calculation may have made sense in theory, but in reality, the silence was like oxygen to a flame. Don Jr., meanwhile, went on a rage-filled spree online, tweeting that the story was a disgusting smear invented by losers. Yet his tweets, riddled with spelling errors and written at odd hours, only added to the impression that the family was unraveling under the weight of the scandal. Eric, in his trademark clumsy way, allegedly confided to a friend, "Maybe people would respect Dad more if he was with someone like Diddy." That slip, leaked almost instantly, turned into a meme captioned, "Eric writes the fan fiction for us." Barron, once again, became the internet's reluctant hero. Reports circulated that he refused to attend family dinners, allegedly telling a classmate, "I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to talk about it." That line, raw and detached, was seized upon by the internet as the voice of reason amidst chaos. TikTok edits paired his supposed quote with moody background music, turning him into a tragic figure trapped in a circus of his father's making. But the Trump family wasn't the only one engulfed in drama. Diddy's camp, usually quick to dismiss rumors, shifted strategy. Instead of outright denial, his team fed the flames with cryptic hints. His social media manager posted a throwback photo of Diddy in a tux, captioned, "Power attracts power." Fans lost their minds. Was it a direct reference to Trump? Was it a troll? Nobody knew, but the post hit millions of likes within hours. To To make matters worse, Diddy himself appeared at a nightclub performance where, instead of ignoring the scandal, he leaned into it. Mid-set, he paused, looked at the crowd, and shouted, "Don't believe everything you hear, but believe I'm unstoppable." The audience erupted, phones shot up, and the clip went viral instantly. The entertainment industry jumped in head first. Late-night hosts dedicated entire segments to the unlikeliest love story of the decade. One comedian quipped, "Trump finally found someone riche." Washington wasn't immune either. Politicians, usually adept at dodging scandal, found themselves cornered by reporters demanding reactions. Some allies chuckled awkwardly and brushed it off, while others tried to spin it as proof that Trump is relatable. One senator, caught on a hot mic, muttered, "Well, it explains a lot," a line that instantly went viral, interpreted as a backhanded confirmation. Meanwhile, Trump's political rivals seized the opportunity to mock him relentlessly. Campaign ads and memes flooded the internet, pairing Trump's famous "Make America Great Again" slogan with rainbow backgrounds and captions like, "Make love great again." The streets became stages. Outside Trump Tower, protesters returned. In droves, some carrying rainbow flags, others holding up signs with Diddy's lyrics photoshopped next to Trump's image. On the opposite side, furious Trump supporters waved banners declaring the rumors a leftist lie. The two groups clashed verbally and physically, their arguments caught on camera, creating viral montages of chaos. One clip showed an older Trump supporter shouting, "He'd never be with Diddy," while a younger protester shot back, "Love is love." The internet ate it up, turning the confrontation into a TikTok soundbite repeated thousands of times. The rumor wasn't just entertainment anymore, it had become a cultural war. Those who believed it saw it as proof of hypocrisy, of double lives and secrets finally unmasked. Those who denied it saw it as the dirtiest smear campaign yet. And those in between, they couldn't stop watching. Trump's silence became unbearable. Every time he stepped onto a stage, every rally, every interview, he was haunted by shouted questions. What about Diddy? At one rally, he visibly lost his cool, snapping at the crowd. "It's fake news. Ridiculous lies." But his denial came too late. The internet twisted his words, splicing the clip with Diddy's songs, overlaying captions like, "He doth protest too much." The more he tried to dismiss it, the deeper it sank into the public imagination. By the end of the second week, it was no longer just a rumor. It was a spectacle that tied two of the most polarizing men in America into one scandal. The question wasn't, "Is it true?" anymore. The question was, what happens next? By the third week, the scandal had outgrown the rumor stage. It had mutated into a beast of its own, fed by leaks, betrayals, and calculated teases. What began as speculation about a blurry hotel photo was now bolstered by a flood of so-called evidence, each piece more sensational than the last. Gossip sites claimed to have obtained emails, voice notes, and even hotel receipts linking Trump and Diddy in ways too coincidental to ignore. Whether the documents were authentic didn't matter. Their very existence pushed the story deeper into the spotlight. The most explosive leak came late one evening when an anonymous account dropped what it claimed was a transcript of private messages between a political insider and a celebrity confidant. The messages hinted at a relationship built on power and secrecy, and even mentioned late-night rendezvous that could bring everything down. While names were redacted, internet detectives quickly filled in the blanks, insisting the EU references pointed directly at Trump and Diddy. The hashtag "Talker Receipts Don't Lie" began trending, with users convinced they were witnessing the collapse of one of the strangest alleged alliances in modern history. Trump's camp scrambled. Advisors urged him to issue a blanket denial, but according to insiders, he raged against the idea. "If I say the word Diddy, it makes it real," he reportedly shouted during a late-night strategy session. Staffers described the mood as chaotic, with family members arguing in the background. Don Jr. wanted to sue every gossip outlet carrying the story. Eric, clueless as ever, wondered aloud if maybe people think it's kind of cool. Ivanka, exhausted and tight-lipped, allegedly begged him to think about Barron before deciding on his next move. But Trump, stubborn as always, chose silence again, believing time would kill the fire. What he didn't realize was that silence was gasoline. Meanwhile, Diddy seemed to thrive in the chaos. He appeared at a high-profile award show, walking the red carpet in a shimmering suit that looked almost theatrical. When reporters shouted questions about Trump, he paused, smirked, and simply said, "Y'all love a good story, don't you?" That single line became the quote of the night, replayed endlessly across news cycles. TikTok edits cut his smirk against clips of Trump looking furious at rallies, captioned with phrases like, "the smile that broke the empire." Fans were convinced Diddy was trolling the entire situation, and they loved it. Then came the ultimate twist. A grainy video surfaced online, allegedly filmed from a hotel hallway security camera. It showed two men, one resembling Trump, the other resembling Diddy, exiting the same suite minutes apart. The footage was blurry, almost impossible to confirm, but that didn't stop it from racking up millions of views. News outlets plastered it across their front pages, and within hours the narrative shifted from rumor to visual proof. Supporters screamed deepfake, while critics declared victory. The debate over its authenticity didn't matter. The clip had cemented itself into public memory. Melania's reaction became the next focus. Days after the video leaked, she made a rare solo appearance at a high society gala. Observers noted her cold expression, her refusal to mention her husband, and most strikingly, the emerald green dress she wore, paired with a rainbow diamond brooch. Fashion critics praised the look, but the internet dissected it as symbolism. Was it a statement of silent rebellion? Was she mocking the scandal? Her choice ignited another wave of speculation, and hashtags like "Yash Melania Knows" trended overnight. Behind the scenes, family loyalty was crumbling. Sources claimed Ivanka had begun distancing herself entirely, choosing to skip meetings and avoid photographers. Don Jr. doubled down online, calling the leaks fabricated garbage, but insiders whispered that he was privately panicking about the family brand collapsing. Eric, blissfully unaware, continued saying the wrong things at the wrong time, allegedly joking to friends that maybe a Trump-Diddy collab would top the charts. Barron's silence became deafening. His refusal to appear publicly fueled the tragic narrative of a teenager caught in a storm he never asked for. The political world reacted like sharks smelling blood. Rivals pounced, mocking Trump's predicament in speeches and interviews. One political commentator quipped, "For years, Trump accused everyone else of having skeletons in their closet. Turns out his closet is a walk-in." The remark went viral, feeding late-night monologues and memes. Even some of his longtime allies hesitated to defend him, dodging questions or offering awkward half-laughs. The sense was clear. The dynasty was wobbling. The scandal reached another fever pitch when protesters stormed outside Mar-a-Lago, holding giant banners reading "Love is Power" and blasting Diddy's music on loudspeakers. Clashes erupted with Trump supporters, their chants colliding in chaotic scenes broadcast worldwide. Clips of MAGA hats and rainbow flags clashing in the Florida sun became a symbol of the cultural divide, fueling endless debate panels. For Trump, it was a nightmare. A scandal that wasn't just about him anymore, but had become a cultural spectacle he could not control. And yet, through all of this, Trump never broke his silence. Reporters screamed questions at rallies, late-night pundits mocked his avoidance, and interviewers tried to corner him, but all he offered was vague dismissals like fake news and ridiculous. His refusal to directly address Diddy made the story grow even larger. Silence was no longer strength, it was suspicion. By the third week, the story wasn't just about Trump and Diddy. It was about power, image, secrets, and the way gossip could bend reality itself. For millions, it didn't matter whether the scandal was true. What mattered was that it felt true. And in an age where perception ruled, that was enough to rewrite everything. By the fourth week, the rumor had grown into a cultural phenomenon too big to stop. What had begun with a blurry photo now dominated every talk show, every podcast, every late-night segment. The story had outpaced even its subjects, no longer about whether Trump and Diddy were truly entangled, but about what their supposed connection meant for power, fame, and the collapse of carefully constructed images. Inside Trump's circle, the tension was unbearable. Staffers described him pacing the halls of Mar-a-Lago at 3 a.m, muttering about betrayal, demanding to know which aide had leaked the hallway footage. At dinner, the family barely spoke. Melania sat in silence, her face frozen, in the same cold mask, refusing to meet his eyes. Ivanka excused herself early from meals, citing exhaustion. Don Jr. grew louder and more erratic, posting a barrage of angry videos online, insisting the scandal was a psyop designed to destroy America. His frantic energy backfired. Critics mocked him as a desperate son covering for his father. Eric remained the family punchline, reportedly blurting out during one tense gathering, "What if you just admitted it? People might respect you for being honest." The room fell silent, and Trump allegedly slammed his fist on the table, shouting, "There's nothing to admit." Barron kept his distance, refusing to attend family events, a ghost in his own house. The pressure only mounted when new leaks surfaced. An anonymous whistleblower claimed to have overheard late-night phone calls between Trump and someone with a voice resembling Diddy's. Snippets of these alleged calls made their way to social media, muffled laughter, half-finished sentences, fragments like, "They can't know," and "Just trust me." Authentic or not, the clips were enough to reignite the frenzy. TikTok creators looped the audio over moody montages of Trump and Diddy, adding subtitles for maximum drama. Fans dissected every syllable, convinced they were hearing proof of a secret relationship. Hashtags like "Thigh Time the Call" and "Mar Trust Me" trended globally, adding fuel to the fire. Diddy, for his part, only leaned further into the spectacle. He hosted a surprise performance in Miami where he paused mid-song, grinned at the roaring crowd, and shouted, "Y'all love the drama, don't you?" The audience went wild, chanting, "Trump and Diddy," until the entire venue shook. Videos of the moment flooded the internet. Some saw it as playful trolling. Others saw it as a wink, a sly confirmation. Either way, it was Diddy who looked untouchable, while Trump looked increasingly trapped. The media circus was relentless. Major outlets ran round-the-clock coverage, blurring the lines between news and entertainment. Panelists argued over symbolism, body language, and motives. One psychologist declared on live television, "Trump's silence suggests repression. The truth terrifies him more than denial." A body language expert broke down clips of his rallies, pointing to every twitch, every pause, every bead of sweat. "This is a man under siege," she concluded. The clip went viral, reinforcing the narrative of a crumbling titan. Meanwhile, protesters outside Trump Tower staged elaborate demonstrations. Some carried giant cardboard cutouts of Trump and Diddy holding hands. Others blasted Diddy's music while chanting, "Secrets don't stay secrets." The protests turned carnivalesque, drawing crowds more interested in the drama than the politics. Vendors even began selling t-shirts with slogans like "Trump Hearts Diddy 2025" and "The collab nobody expected." Opposing demonstrators clashed, shouting accusations back and forth, their arguments clipped into memes that spread like wildfire. The breaking point came when Trump attempted to seize back the narrative with a press conference. Flanked by American flags, his face tight with fury, he stepped to the podium and shouted, "These are lies, disgusting lies meant to destroy me." His voice cracked mid-sentence, his fist pounded the podium, and his denial spiraled into an incoherent rant. Cameras captured every second, broadcasting it live. Instead of silencing the rumor, the performance fueled it. His body language screamed desperation, his rage looked unhinged, and his denials were spliced into countless memes paired with Diddy's smirk from the award show. Within hours, the internet crowned the moment, the breakdown. A single clip of Trump slamming his fist on the podium, captioned, "Love makes you weak," hit 10 million views in less than a day. Commentators said it was the moment the scandal consumed him completely. No longer was he the man controlling the storm, he had become its victim. The fallout spread like ripples. Allies distanced themselves. Longtime supporters avoided the topic altogether. Rivals celebrated openly, calling the scandal proof of hypocrisy. Even celebrities jumped in, with a popular rapper releasing a freestyle track mocking the alleged affair, topping streaming charts overnight. The story was everywhere, on billboards, in comedy sketches, even referenced in school classrooms. It had crossed from gossip into folklore. By the fourth week, the Trump brand was battered beyond recognition. His family fractured, his supporters divided, his enemies emboldened. Melania's silence was interpreted as betrayal. Ivanka's absence was painted as disapproval. Don Jr.'s rants made him a meme. Eric's cluelessness turned him into comic relief. Barron's retreat made him a tragic figure. And Trump himself? He was painted as a man consumed by secrets, unable to outrun the narrative that had ensnared him. Diddy, on the other hand, walked away seemingly untouchable. His career thrived in the chaos. His name trended daily. His music streams soared. His cultural relevance spiked. To many, he was the winner of the scandal, whether or not there was any truth to it. His coy smiles, cryptic posts, and refusal to fully deny the rumors cemented him as the puppet master of the spectacle. And yet, despite everything, no one could say for certain whether the scandal was real. Was it the greatest smear campaign in modern history? A carefully orchestrated troll? Or the leak of a secret so explosive that the world still struggles to comprehend it? The truth remained buried. But the narrative had already taken root, and in the world of gossip, perception mattered more than fact. Trump's silence had made the rumor immortal. And in that silence, the legend of Trump and Diddy, the love scandal no one believed but everyone wanted, was born. And just like that, the curtain falls on one of the wildest, most improbable scandals of our time. Or does it? What began as whispers in the shadows evolved into a cultural earthquake, shaking Washington, Hollywood, and the internet all at once. A single blurry photo, a few cryptic posts, and suddenly the world was consumed by a storyline no screenwriter could have dared to invent. Donald Trump and Sean Diddy Combs entangled in an alleged love scandal that left fans shocked, critics giddy, and an entire generation glued to their screens. Trump's empire has weathered countless storms, but this one hit differently. This wasn't about politics, policy, or power. This was about perception, vulnerability, and the one thing he could never control: gossip. His silence made the story louder. His rage made it more believable, and his family's fractured reactions painted a portrait of chaos that only fueled speculation further. Melania's icy stare, Ivanka's retreat, Don Jr.'s unhinged rants, Eric's blunders, Barron's silence. Every reaction became a chapter in a drama that grew larger than life. Diddy, meanwhile, walked through the chaos like a man untouchable, smirking on red carpets, teasing crowds, posting cryptic captions that fanned the flames without ever giving answers. If Trump looked like a man cornered, Diddy looked like a king who thrived in ambiguity. Whether he was trolling or revealing, nobody could tell. And that uncertainty is what made the scandal unforgettable. Now the question lingers. Was it all real, or was it the internet creating a reality of its own? Did Trump truly share secret late-night phone calls with Diddy? Were those hotel receipts authentic or fabricated? Was that grainy video proof or just a clever deepfake? No one knows, and maybe no one ever will. But the truth almost doesn't matter anymore. Because in today's world, perception is reality. And the perception is this. Trump has been caught in the kind of scandal that sticks forever, whether fact or fiction. The legacy of this rumor is already written. It has changed how fans see Trump, how critics attack him, and how the culture at large laughs, memes, and obsesses over the spectacle. For some, it's a shocking betrayal. For others, it's poetic justice. For many, it's pure entertainment, messy, chaotic, irresistible. And no matter what comes next, this saga has proven that secrets, rumors, and whispers are more powerful than speeches, campaigns, or denials. So, what do you think? Was this just the internet spinning its wildest fantasy? Or was there a hidden truth buried beneath the gossip? Do you believe Trump's silence was strategy, or was it guilt? Was Diddy trolling the world, or was he daring us to see what was right in front of us? Drop your theories in the comments below. We want to hear everything. Hit that like button if you couldn't look away from this roller coaster, smash subscribe so you never miss the next scandal, and ring that notification bell, because if this story has taught us anything, it's this. In the world of fame, politics, and power, the next shocking revelation is always just around the corner.